Hi, English learners. How are you today? I'm Anna, and welcome back to Real English Podcast. Today we're going to talk about something many English learners really want. How can you speak English fluently, even if you're a beginner? Maybe you understand some English. Maybe you can read simple sentences. Maybe you know hundreds of English words. But when someone suddenly asks you, "Can you speak English?" your mind becomes completely blank. You know the words, but you can't find them. You know the grammar, but you can't make a sentence. And sometimes, you even feel nervous because you're afraid of making mistakes. If this sounds familiar, don't worry. You are not bad at English. You simply need to practice English in a different way. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you exactly how. No complicated grammar, no difficult vocabulary, no studying for 5 hours a day, just a simple system you can actually follow. So take a deep breath and let's begin. Let me tell you about a student named Daniel. Daniel had been studying English for 2 years. He knew many words. He understood basic grammar. He watched English videos every week. He could even understand some English movies. But there was one problem. He couldn't speak. One day, Daniel met an English-speaking tourist. The tourist smiled and asked, "Hi, how are you?" Daniel knew the answer. He knew exactly what he wanted to say. But suddenly, nothing came out. He became nervous. He thought, "What should I say? Is my grammar correct? What if I make a mistake?" The tourist smiled again. Daniel finally said, "I'm fine." The conversation ended quickly. That evening, Daniel felt disappointed. He thought, "I've studied English for 2 years. Why can't I speak?" Maybe you've experienced something similar. Here's the important thing. Daniel had English knowledge, but he didn't have enough English speaking practice. And those are two different things. Knowing how to swim and actually swimming are not the same. You can watch swimming videos for years, but eventually, you have to get into the water. English is the same. You don't become a speaker by only studying English. You become a speaker by speaking English. There's another problem. Many beginners are waiting for something. They're waiting until their grammar is perfect. They're waiting until they know enough vocabulary. They're waiting until they feel confident. But here's the problem. Confidence usually comes after practice, not before it. Think about riding a bicycle. Do you become confident first and then ride the bicycle? No. You ride the bicycle. You make mistakes. You lose your balance. You try again. And slowly, you become confident. Speaking English works the same way, so don't wait until you're perfect. Start with simple English. For example, I am tired. I am hungry. I like this. I don't understand. Can you repeat that? These sentences are simple, but simple English that you can actually use is much more valuable than difficult English that you are afraid to speak. So remember this. Don't try to speak impressive English. Try to speak understandable English. Now I'm going to give you your first practice method. I call it the 5-sentence rule. Every day choose just 5 useful English sentences. Not 50, not 100. Just 5. For example, I'm getting ready for work. Repeat. I'm getting ready for work. Again. I'm getting ready for work. Good. Sentence 2. I don't have much time today. Repeat. I don't have much time today. Sentence 3. What are you doing? Repeat. What are you doing? Sentence 4. I'll call you later. Repeat. I'll call you later. And sentence 5. I'm still learning English. Repeat. I'm still learning English. Now here's the important part. Don't just read these sentences once. Say them several times. Say them slowly, then say them naturally. And if possible, say them out loud. Your mouth needs practice too. You are not only teaching your brain, you're training your speaking muscles. Now let's talk about vocabulary. Many beginners try to memorize long lists of words. For example, beautiful, comfortable, opportunity, necessary, experience. They memorize the words and then forget them a few days later. Why? Because a word by itself doesn't always help you speak. Instead, learn words inside sentences. For example, don't only learn hungry, learn I'm hungry. Don't only learn busy, learn I'm busy today. Don't only learn appointment, learn I have an appointment tomorrow. Don't only learn understand, learn I don't understand. This gives your brain a ready-made structure, and when you need to speak, you don't have to build the sentence from zero. You already have it. That's why phrases are so powerful. Now we're going to use 3 simple steps. Step 1, listen. Listen to a short English sentence. For example, what did you do today? Step 2, repeat. Listen again, then repeat. What did you do today? Step 3, speak. Now use the structure yourself. For example, what did you eat today? Or what did you learn today? Or what did you watch today? Do you see what happened? You didn't memorize 3 completely different sentences. You learned one sentence pattern and used it in different situations. This is how you begin to speak more naturally. So remember, listen, repeat, speak. Let's try another one. I'll say, I'm going to the store. Your turn. I'm going to the store. Good. Now change the place. I'm going to work. I'm going to school. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the supermarket. Excellent. One sentence pattern. Many possibilities. Now let's talk about something that can make a huge difference. Thinking in English. You don't need to think in long English sentences. Start very small. When you wake up, think, I'm awake. I'm tired. It's morning. I need water. When you get dressed, where is my shirt? I need my shoes. When you eat, this is good. I'm hungry. When you leave your house, it's hot today. The sky is beautiful. I'm going to work. These thoughts may seem very simple. That's exactly why they're useful. You're training your brain to connect everyday situations directly with English. Instead of, think in your language, translate, speak English you want, situation, English. At first it will feel strange. That's okay. You don't need to think in English all day. Start with 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. Little by little, your brain becomes more comfortable. Now I want to talk about something very important. Mistakes. Many learners are afraid of making mistakes. They think, what if my grammar is wrong? What if someone laughs? What if people think my English is bad? But listen carefully. Making mistakes does not mean you're failing. It means you're practicing. Imagine a child learning to walk. The child falls, then gets up, falls again, gets up again. Nobody looks at the child and says, "You are terrible at walking." We understand that falling is part of learning. English is the same. Maybe you say, Yesterday I go to the market. The correct sentence is, yesterday I went to the market. That's okay. Now you know something new. You made a mistake, and you learned from it. That's progress. So don't ask, how can I avoid every mistake? Ask, what can I learn from this mistake? That small change in thinking can make learning much easier. Now let me give you a simple daily routine. You don't need 3 hours. You don't need an expensive course. You can start with just 15 minutes a day, minutes 1 to 5. Listen to simple English, a podcast, a short story, a conversation. Listen carefully. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Minutes 6 to 10. Repeat. Choose a few sentences. Pause, repeat, copy the pronunciation, copy the rhythm. Try to sound natural. Minutes 11 to 13. Think, look around you. Describe what you're doing in English. For example, I'm sitting in my room. I'm drinking water. My phone is on the table. I'm feeling tired. Minutes 14 to 15. Speak talk for 1 minute. Don't stop to correct every mistake. Just speak. You can talk about your day. For example, today I woke up early. I had breakfast. Then I went to work. I'm a little tired, but I'm happy. That's enough. 15 minutes. Every day. Let's go back to Daniel. Remember him? The student who couldn't speak to the tourist? He decided to change his routine. Every morning he practiced 5 sentences. Every afternoon he listened to simple English. Every evening he spoke for 1 minute. At first it felt uncomfortable. His sentences were simple. He made mistakes. Sometimes he forgot words. But he continued. After 1 week, he felt a little more comfortable. After 2 weeks, he could make sentences faster. After 1 month, something changed. He met another English speaker. The person asked, "Where are you from?" Daniel smiled. This time, he didn't freeze. He said, "I'm from India. I live in a small city. I'm learning English because I want to speak more confidently." Was his English perfect? No. Did he make mistakes? Probably. But something much more important had changed. He spoke. And that's where fluency begins. Not with perfect English. With the courage to use the English you already know. Now it's your turn. For the next 30 days. I want you to follow 5 simple rules. Rule 1. Speak 5 English sentences every day. Rule 2. Listen to English for at least 5 minutes every day. Rule 3. Learn phrases, not isolated words. Rule 4. Think in English for 5 minutes every day. Rule 5. Speak without being afraid of mistakes. That's it. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a plan you can repeat. Because 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a month. Small practice becomes a habit, and habits become skills. Before we finish, let's practice 5 useful sentences together. I'll say each sentence. You repeat after me. 1. I'm still learning English. Your turn. I'm still learning English. Excellent. 2. Could you speak more slowly, please? Your turn. Could you speak more slowly, please? Very good. 3. I don't understand this word. Your turn. I don't understand this word. Good. 4. Can you say that again? Your turn. Can you say that again? Excellent. And number 5. I'm getting better every day. Your turn. I'm getting better every day. Beautiful. Now say all 5 one more time. But this time, don't worry about perfect pronunciation. Just speak. Because your goal is not perfection. Your goal is progress. Before you leave, I want you to remember something. You don't need to become fluent tomorrow. You don't need to know thousands of words. You don't need perfect grammar. And you definitely don't need to be afraid of your mistakes. You just need to start. One sentence, then another. One day, then another. One small conversation, then another. And one day, you may suddenly realize, I'm not translating anymore. I'm not freezing anymore. I'm actually speaking English. That moment doesn't happen because of one magical lesson. It happens because you kept going. So start today, not tomorrow. Today. Speak 5 sentences. Listen for 5 minutes. Think in English. And use what you learn. And if you make a mistake, smile. Try again. Because every mistake is proof that you are practicing. And every time you practice, you're moving forward. I'm Anna. And thank you for spending these few minutes with me. If this episode helped you, subscribe to Real English Podcast and come back for the next lesson. And now I have a small challenge for you. In the comments, write, I will practice English every day. Then add 1 English sentence about yourself. For example, I'm learning English because I want to speak confidently. I'd love to read your sentence. Take care. Keep practicing. And remember, you don't have to speak perfect English. You just have to keep speaking. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.